Stephen Colbert, a closet conservative? The late-night iconoclast is pushing back against the lefty label, and what he has to say might surprise you. In a revealing new interview, Colbert reflects on his career, his show's unexpected cancellation, and the public's perception of his political leanings. Prepare for a potential paradigm shift in how you view one of comedy's most influential figures. According to Nights and Weekends editor, published November 4th, 2025 at 4:42 p.m. Eastern. Colbert, in an interview with GQ covering his 2 decades as a television host and his sudden cancellation by CBS, doesn't see himself as the progressive icon many assume him to be. In fact, he argues quite the opposite. He suggests that his often exasperated reactions to the political climate under President Donald Trump led to a skewed understanding of his actual beliefs. People perceive me as this sort of lefty figure. I think I'm more conservative than people think. I just happen to be talking about a government in extremis, he explained. Colbert frames his show as a reaction video to the daily news cycle, albeit one laced with humor, a comedic scream, if you will. It's hard to have a balanced reaction to the idea of troops on streets of a city that actually is not undergoing an invasion. He implies that anyone would find the political climate at the time alarming, regardless of their position on the political spectrum. Colbert's show was abruptly axed just days after he made a joke about his network's parent company, Paramount, settling a lawsuit with then-President Trump. But here's where it gets controversial. Many speculated whether the two events were connected. Colbert himself remained tight-lipped on the matter, only stating that it was reasonable for others to draw that conclusion. This sparked a firestorm of debate about freedom of speech and corporate influence in media. While Colbert didn't explicitly accuse the network, his carefully chosen words left room for interpretation, fueling the controversy. He did, however, emphasize that his show was the top-rated late-night program at the time of its cancellation. The best reason to be number one is that the network does not with you. That is the best reason to be number one. And we enjoyed 9 unfucked years, Colbert stated bluntly. This raises a critical question. If the show was performing so well, why cancel it? Colbert admitted a lack of understanding regarding network executives' decision-making processes. He acknowledged that his show's high production costs might have been a factor for budget-conscious executives. These late-night shows are kind of like symphony orchestras. They need a certain amount of personnel to do them. You can't really do a show in the Ed Sullivan Theater for the cost of a podcast, he elaborated. He added, it seems indispensable as part of some Americans' experience or daily experience. But I can understand from a business point of view, they go. Well, that is meaningless to me as someone who has to answer to a board of directors and investors. He implies that the network may have prioritized short-term financial gains over the show's cultural impact and dedicated audience. And this is the part most people miss. The relentless pressure from stakeholders to maximize profits, even at the expense of quality content. With his final show looming in May, Colbert expressed uncertainty about the future. The image I have is a man walking toward me in the dust, and he's got something in his hand, and I don't know whether it's a knife or an ice cream cone. But he's asking me if I'd like a lick, he said of the impending end. This surreal metaphor perfectly captures the mix of apprehension and anticipation he feels as he prepares to bid farewell to his long-running program. He admitted to needing to get a little oxygen back into my brain after years of engaging with the often turbulent news cycle and expressed a sense of relief at the prospect of escaping the daily grind. Despite the challenges, Colbert acknowledged that he would deeply miss his job. "I will miss every aspect of my job other than wearing makeup," he confessed. This heartfelt statement underscores the passion and dedication that fueled his career, even amidst the pressures and controversies. So what do you make of Colbert's self-assessment? Do you believe he's truly more conservative than his public persona suggests? Or is this simply a clever reinterpretation of his role in a highly polarized political landscape? And do you think the network was justified in canceling his show? Or was it a politically motivated decision? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that Colbert has a responsibility to be overtly political? Or should he focus on comedy? Also, are late-night shows as relevant as they once were in the digital age? Or are they becoming relics of a bygone era?